Yoshis are friendly creatures hailing from Yoshi's Island, famously known for flutter jumping and egg throwing. They're very mobile and versatile, while also being fairly heavy and floaty with some really quick moves, making them one of the hardest characters to combo because of their combo breaking potential. They're really fast on the ground, have high jumps, and will juggle you for days. They also have the best airspeed in the game, allowing them to jump and approach from really far away, as well as easily cross up shields. This also makes Yoshi an excellent edgeguarder, especially since he can basically recover from anywhere, unless you footstool them and break their hearts. They have two unique traits. The first is that their shield is an egg, so it's impossible to shield poke, but it also means that it might become easier to shield break with some moves. The second unique trait is that their double jump has subtractive armor that starts at frame 1 of their double jump till frame 44. The armor will disappear, however, as soon as Yoshi does an action. The armor will also break once hit by a move that meets or exceeds a certain threshold or level of knockback. And if you do break the armor, Yoshi takes significantly reduced knockback. And as Yoshi's percentage starts rising, the double jump armor will start losing to more and more moves. This armor is extremely important for Yoshi's disadvantage and recovery, as besides combo breaking, you'll be able to double jump out of combos with very low risk most of the time, only to try mixing up your landing with eggs, B reverses, Yoshi bomb, grabbing a ledge, air dodges, or landing with aerials. It's also important to double jump in at the right time as you recover, tank something, and counterattack. This can be mixed up further by throwing eggs before you double jump in as you throw an egg, double jump high and down B to the ledge, combine it with neutral air dodge, mix in an egg lay, or just attack preemptively to simply hit opponents or cross them up, which means risking your armor. Staying really high above the double jump only to attack them from above as they double jump in and the armor ends makes it really hard for Yoshi, especially if you have a disjoint. They can still throw eggs to try anti-airing, but eggs can still get beaten with attacks. This might force them to directional air dodge back to the ledge or Yoshi bomb to the ledge as well. They've always struggled to get around disjoints, mostly because they have no disjoints of their own. They also only have quick options out of shield at extremely close range, behind them or above them, so spacing against the front of their egg won't really give Yoshi any punishes. Eggs are extremely important for Yoshi, serving as part of their recovery, ledge trapping, advantage state, and counter zoning in the neutral depending on matchup. The longer you hold the B button, the further you'll toss the egg. To throw eggs diagonally, all you have to do is up B. To throw eggs forward, do an up B, then hold forward with the control stick. To throw eggs upwards, do an up B, then hold back with the control stick. If you press back too quickly, you'll do a B reverse instead, so have a bit of a delay before holding back. And then of course you can tilt the stick slightly in any angle in between these angles to throw eggs in even more directions. The eggs will also bounce on the ground if thrown with little force, either onto platforms or when you're off stage onto stage. They also bounce if thrown forward, unless you throw it at full strength. If you use egg toss once in the air, it'll boost you a lot. Use it a second time and it'll boost you a good amount. A third time, it'll only boost you a little, and anything after that, you won't get a boost at all. Jumping and egg tossing at the peak of your jump will make you fly higher than just using egg toss by itself. The boost changes depending on which egg you throw, of course. In the neutral, they will mostly be used to anti-air, as well as they limit the opponent's mobility and can provoke aerial approaches. They can also be used as follow-up pressure after you've executed your combo, or once the opponent is launched off stage, to combo an egg into a forward air. If they air dodge it, it'll frame trap into a neutral air. They can also be utilized as an approach, by jumping and delaying the egg toss as you're falling down. This allows you to jump in low with it and you'll be pressuring the shield immediately after the egg. The eggs are also used during a ledge trap. By throwing an egg at the right time, you'll punish a ledge stall, at the same time as you cover ledge jump and aggressive double jumps in. Most importantly, it conditions an opponent to time their ledge getup. Roll is something that Yoshi covers pretty easily. Ledge attack can be timed but can also be shielded or outranged. Same applies for regular getup. The best thing you can do is to perfectly time your ledge jump or regular getup just as the egg is about to hit you, or just gamble and mix in a roll. Either way, if you actually hit an egg, it'll most likely connect to a forward air. Otherwise, you can also throw one just before a ledge trump for a harder punish. Because Yoshi is fast on the ground, combined with the fastest airspeed, together with some of the fastest moves in the game, and eggs that you can keep throwing, you can either play a bait and punish neutral or a rushdown. Generally though, they want to stay at mid to close range where they can weave in and out of the opponent's threat range, to find an aerial or tilt to start a combo, or dash attack to whiff punish. All of Yoshi's aerials are used equally as much in the neutral, based on where the opponent is and their percentage. Most of the time, however, you want to be setting up a tech situation as much as you can to find a forward tilt. Neutral air has an initial strong sweet spot, a weak lingering hitbox, and at the very end of the move there's an even weaker hitbox. You can short hop, buffer it, and fast fall it to approach. This allows you to potentially stuff out any jump that the opponent might do due to the long-lasting hitbox, and when you fast fall it, it'll cross up the opponent for extra safety. If you don't end up crossing up, you'll still be able to jab or spot dodge to interrupt grabs, or shield to punish aerials, up smash, or up specials out of shield. You can also full hop and neutral air at the peak of your jump to not only cover the full hop, but also fast fall to cover a jump out of shield, as well as safely cross up a shield. And then you can also land with the initial sweet spot as low as possible against shield. It'll be even safer, and you can potentially stuff out jumps with neutral air, up tilt, or up air. Landing the sweet spot at low percents should be followed up with a forward tilt, up tilt, which leads into up airs. In fact, as long as you drift in the neutral air and land it low, you'll be able to combo into almost anything. And you decide yourself whether you want to juggle opponents by hitting dash to forward tilt, or if you want to set up for an edge guard with back air or dash attack. At around 40 to 60%, the landed sweet spot neutral air will only combo with the forward air if they DI it in or don't DI at all. Starting around 20 to 30% till around 60, the sweet spot neutral air can start setting up into tech situations. So just before that percentage, you can even set up into it by doing neutral air into neutral air. And if you want to reset them for even more tech situations, you can tech chase with jabs at low percents and down tilts at mid to high percents. Above 60%, you'll want to start jumping in with a sour spot, as it'll force a tech situation till around 90%. And before 60%, landing with the sour spot will allow you to combo just as well as the sweet spot, if not better, as it won't launch them far away from you. It'll even set up into a forward air at really high percent, unless the opponent DIs away. It's amazing at edgeguarding because of the long-lasting hitbox, especially since the very late sour spot will also allow you to combo. Forward air is Yoshi's longest ranged aerial and more used for spacing. Buffering it and moving back is fairly safe. It becomes much more beneficial, however, if you land the aerial instead while spacing it, as now you can safely tilt after or go for another aerial to immediately anti-air, as well as you'll get many more potent combos. Or shield to punish out of shield options. There's a spike hitbox at the end of Yoshi's head, and the sour spot is basically further in towards the body. The sour spot will only start comboing at around 10% into jab, while the sweet spot that spikes starts comboing around 25% into jab. Starting around 30%, both forward airs will combo into forward tilt, down tilt, or neutral air. Once it starts spiking, it'll lead into reverse up tilt for 2 up airs, egg lay, or down air. Hit the sour spot at the same percents, and it'll lead into a dash attack, or into neutral air that sets up for an edge guard with forward air, or double jump forward air if you read them double jumping, as well as you can try walling them out with double jump neutral air. And at higher percents, it'll kill confirm into up smash, Yoshi bomb, or up air, or just hit him with the sour spot at really high percents to kill as well. You can full hop forward air to cover a full hop, and then neutral air to quickly cover the ground. This can be really good for contesting double jumps back into the stage, and if they air dodge, you'll frame trap and start a combo. Back air hits 3 times and hits really hard. The first hit launches them upwards while the second hit slightly down, both of which allow you to combo into a forward tilt. If you land with the second hit at high percents, it'll kill confirm into forward smash. You can also land into one hit at high percents into an up tilt, which kill confirms into up air. However, land both the hits and you'll force a tech situation instead, which you don't really want. Buffering this move against shield and spacing isn't too safe. However, delaying and landing it is safe, as well as you can cross up for mix-ups. Falling with it and hitting all the hits will also let you combo. Down air is Yoshi's most damaging aerial. Anti-airing a full hop from 0 to 20% will not only allow you to do crazy amount of damage, but also lead into an up air. It does great shield damage and will shield poke if the shield is already low, making it amazing for platform pressure. Every single hit except the final hit or the landing hit will semi-spike, meaning it's really good going off stage with to try trading. The landing hit will force a tech situation at starting to mid percents. Up air is what you'll be looking to hit most of the time, however, as it will always lead into a potential juggle. The only thing to be careful about is to not overextend with a double jump up air if you feel like they might air dodge and you'll end up above them, as soon as they end up below you, you're in a really bad position. It'll be the most potent anti-air at low to mid percents, especially if you short hop and reverse it, allowing you to catch both short hop and most full hops. Except for this, you can also land it to easily cross up a shield, and hitting it allows you to combo into anything, as well as you can kill confirm earlier than usual with jump, double jump, down air. As you throw eggs and use aerials safely from a distance, egg lay will be strategically used to punish shields that you've conditioned throughout your game. Once you've laid the egg, you can attack it for extra damage, and hitting it will speed up the process of when they can mash out. The lower the percent, the easier it is for the opponent to mash out. Normally, when the opponent pops out, they have 7 frames of intangibility, meaning characters with fast aerials can usually get an aerial out as they are intangible. So doing a down air against an egg can get you punished. Otherwise, you can also try eating them again as they pop out if you have perfect timing. If you lay the egg off stage, you'll be able to pressure their recovery off stage with an aerial or egg as they try mashing out. In fact, every time you are in this position, you should never mash with the buttons, but instead rotate the stick as fast as you can to pop out, which pops you upwards without buffering anything. Egg roll can be used as a very rare movement mix-up. Most of the time, however, it's easily punishable and has little to no reward. If you egg roll towards an edge without holding any direction, you can choose to press yourself forward to launch yourself low or jump to launch yourself high. Timing the egg roll under a platform allows you to start rolling at full speed immediately, and while you are rolling, you are only able to jump once. To cancel it, you have to press B again. Egg roll can also be useful immediately after egg lay, by pressing side B towards the egg, and as soon as you get close to it, press left and right with good timing, allowing you to deal pretty good damage. Yoshi Bomb deals a lot of shield damage, and can be mixed up after up air pressure on platforms for a shield break, or use it as a gamble in neutral. Just remember that the opponent can always easily roll out and punish you. This is why it's always better to jump first, then down B. It's an amazing parry option, and the stars will also send opponents into tech situations at really high percents. As much as Yoshi's neutral is based on eggs, aerial pressure, and anti-airing, they can also effectively whiff punish. The dash attack has an initial sweet spot and a late sour spot, none of which give you combos but allows you to chase down opponents trying to land. It's safe at close range since it'll cross up, but it isn't safe from far away. Neither is jab, up tilt, forward tilt, or any of the smash attacks. The only ground move that is safe on shield is down tilt. Once you jab and force a tech situation, you can always chase with another jab. If they tech in place, you can time the second jab to set up for another tech chase, and connecting jab at higher percents can launch them onto platforms. Starting around 40-50%, you are able to connect the first jab into down B, forward tilt, down tilt, neutral air, down smash, up smash, or up air. The higher their percentage is, the more frames you'll have in connecting these combos. The execution for this needs to be jab, then immediately hold down on the control stick to cancel the animation of jab, and time your next option perfectly. Otherwise, jab can also be used after shielding to get an opponent off of you. Forward tilt is slightly disjointed and fast enough to catch rolls as you're retreating or catch a roll if you've hit a shield. And the optimal DI is DIing away from the forward tilt. Up tilt can be a decent anti-air to keep them from landing for more juggling. Be careful, however, since it won't hit small grounded opponents. And if you reset the opponent during a tech situation, the backwards hit will always be optimal. Down tilt is simply used for poking and pressuring from a distance, to carefully observe the opponent's choices out of shield, so you can learn how to punish them accordingly. It's also a good follow-up after an aerial, as it'll give them a low profile and allow them to dodge certain out of shield options. Hitting it at too low percents, however, won't really give you any reward, till it launches for a tech situation. Forward smash is Yoshi's slowest but most powerful smash attack, used for reading rolls in or jumps in, as well as they step back and then punish the opponent. Up smash is strongest at the start of the move, while it has a weaker back hit. It has great range as well, allowing you to easily catch tech chases on platforms that you can set up from jabs or eggs. In fact, it covers the entire platform on Pokemon Stadium, as well as it anti-airs a few full hops. Down smash has a weak sour spot on the tip, while the strong hit is up close, sending people off stage at a very low angle to set up for an edgeguard. Yoshi's grab has decent range but is slow and very punishable. On top of that, none of their throws lead into guaranteed damage, and are instead more so for positioning's sake and getting stage control. The pivot grab can be good for calling out approaches. Forward throw and back throw deal the most amount of damage and set up for edge guards, allowing you to go off stage with eggs or just try hitting an aerial. At the edge, forward throw can also set up for a potential rock, paper, scissor. Yoshi will either full hop forward air to catch your double jump back in, or they whiff punish your landing aerial, or they punish how you tech. Up throw is only for launching opponents onto platforms at starting percents and set up for a tech chase, and down throw is the closest thing they'll have to a combo throw, as against no DI or DI in they'll be able to connect an up air, but DI away and you'll be able to directly avoid the follow-up, which of course can set up for frame traps, and if you double jump, Yoshi can either chase down a landing, or preemptively jump and throw an egg to either combo, or force out an air dodge or attack to try punishing. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to help me support the other art stuff, it would mean a lot to me if you became a Patreon. Even $1 helps so much more than you think, in which case you're basically paying $1 for each art of video, which is made to educate you at its best and entertain you. Thank you for considering it, and I hope you're looking forward to the other ones.